All right, blessings, everyone. Okay, this is search Google. All right, and what I notice about this, I had to take a picture of it. This is a train with the kids coming off, and yet off the train, but yet there's no parents. Okay, there's no authority. There's nobody but this one man who's greeting them as they're coming off the train. Well, the first thing that comes to me again is the Holocaust. Okay. Because I don't believe that they would have been able to do what they did if it wasn't for the train. If they did not have a train, it wouldn't have happened. The train was crucial. So this is why this stands out so strong with me. Because I know what that train represented to them. And so here we have the children coming off the train with no parents, no supervision. Okay? Okay, so here I'm back at the Denver Airport Murals, and this is a note that I'd like to read. I was once a little child who longed for other worlds, but I am no more a child, for I have known fear. I have learnt to hate. How tragic, then, is youth, which lives with enemies, with gallows, ropes. Yet I still believe I only sleep today, that I wake up a child again and start to laugh and play. Okay. So here is a comment from Soap Ministries, Brother Nolan. Now, we've been going back and forth about this. We've been keeping an eye on each other's work and seeing what's going on. And again, they're just coming together. It just comes together. I won't know what it is that he is doing. He doesn't know what I'm doing. And then yet there could be like a distance between the two. And then it just hits again. It just connects. And this is how God communicates. One mind, one soul, one spirit. One spirit. So I want to read this out, and then I'm going to read the verses that I received responding to Brother Nolan here. Okay? And I'll do that a little later on. So right now I'm just going to read this because, again, it's concerning the Denver airport. That's why I really wanted to bring you back to read that letter and the Google picture with the train. It all comes together. Okay, so I'm going to read this out and then I'm going to continue the way it was brought to me, the way I seen it. Okay, so here we go. The Lord showed me the vision concerning children without adults to rule over them, as the mural Denver suggests. Look, he showed me the scripture Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 4 and 5. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. I didn't even need to search with keywords with Google engine search. I just heard Isaiah. And then I went and I looked, and right away on chapter 3, it was talking about the children to be their princes. A child behave himself proudly against the ancient. And this is what followed your comment here.
I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. And yet I'm one of the lucky ones. are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you! But the young people are starting to understand your betrayal. The eyes of all future generations are upon you. And if you choose to fail us, I say we will never forgive you.
Beatlemania, or the Bay City Rollers, or perhaps more recently Now those of you old enough to remember Beatlemania or the Bay City Rollers, or perhaps more recently the Believers, you'll know that teenagers can get a little hysterical. Usually it happens in a crowd, but sometimes it can happen on a podium.
You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones.
This girl, of course, should be cared for rather than paraded around, and she might want to meet some disadvantaged kids from Somalia, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, or even outback Australia before she talks about stolen childhoods. But sadly, many people seem to be trumpeting their moral superiority by taking her seriously, or at least pretending to. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau met with this 16-year-old who says people are dying and the world is being destroyed. Even still, Greta Thunberg complained and said Trudeau wasn't doing enough. One day, probably after he leaves politics, Trudeau will realise there is no appeasing the apocalyptic Green Left. Still, he's not the only person taking Thunberg seriously. Journalists and commentators who routinely demand we debate facts and science have been lionising her.
Yeah, amazing speech, amazing package that was put together there as well. Where do people like Greta come from?
I know, it's funny you say that. When I was looking at Greta, I was thinking there's so much just to be so depressed about. And then you see her seeing the kids at the rally, and I was like, how soon can they vote? How soon can they be our leaders? Like, they are our future. Yeah. At least they get it.
It's interesting because she does present this as a war. It's us against you. Yeah. And we will not forgive you. I mean, this is from a place that we haven't heard people speaking before, don't you think?
But it's also not just it's a war. It's like it's a war and we're going to win it. You can choose to stop this being a war by getting on board right now. Absolutely. If not, it's coming for you, which is incredibly bolshy. And that's what gives her the power.
I also just want to say, too, that, again, with the purple, okay, and her wearing the pink, it's still a message. It's still color coding. Okay, we have to keep an open mind when we're looking at this young girl, because in the Olympics, the Beijing Olympics, the end of that, there's a young girl that comes out of a double-decker bus, a red bus, the London bus, and these creepy crawlers, these people, they just go crawling towards the bus, really in a creepy way. The door opens up and the young girl walks out, comes out of the bus. She walks and she receives a soccer ball. Once she receives the soccer ball, she is now walking on dead bodies on the way back to the bus. Okay, so there's something going on here. There's a connection. And I'm looking at the color coding with her wearing the pink along with him. Well, pink or purple, whatever. Okay, so again, we need to really be very careful, you know, and really take and discern what it is that we're looking at, and to know what is God's and what isn't. Okay, and here's the response to soap ministry. Hearken now unto my voice, I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the cause unto God, in whom also have obtained an inheritance, being predestined according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Jesus. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Ask him directly, and you will receive his answer. You will. Ask and you shall receive. I know this is true. Okay. Now, okay, so I want to bring you here now to Beijing. Again, I'm being brought here. I'm being brought back here. Now, we've heard about it going all black, right? They had that storm and it went completely black at 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon. Okay, well, I'm going to play this through. It's only 59 seconds, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you what I found. Okay.
3:45 p.m. Suddenly, darkness has descended upon Beijing. Literally 10 minutes ago, it was pretty light, and now it's this.
Okay, so here, I think it's very important I also say that this is just before a lightning bolt hits, or what it seems to be a lightning bolt that hits. I'm going to show you just a little bit of movement and what is going on just prior, okay? So at the mark of 26, I know it's very tedious, and I ask for patience here, just to bear with me. I can't do this any other way. Okay, so I'm at 26. Again, there's a lot of activity going on before the lightning hits. So here I want to point out that it's very straight. There's no bend in it. There's no bend. It just seems to, point this way. Then you have, which I see two balls right here. I know it sounds crazy, but please just bear with me. So we have two little balls here and something going on here. Now, here I want you to pay attention to, and you just watch this. Okay, so I got to find my spot here at 26. Okay, that's 26. Again, it's blue, and blue I think is technology. I think this is the device. I don't know. Laser. I don't know. Okay, so there you have that. Okay, I'm going to stay within the 26, and you will see there's going to be 3. There you go. So now you have 3 of the balls. You got 1, 2, 3. Then something is going to move over here, all right? And you're going to start seeing this bend. This is going to start changing its shape. Okay. Here. I'm still within the 26 seconds. Okay, 27. You'll start seeing it bend, lose its shape. We're back down to 2 circles there, two balls there. it's really starting to lose its shape. Now, 28. This is 29. Now that's right at 29. It's a huge white, it looks like an explosion, okay? And I know you cannot see it on my screen, but just within that explosion, you can see something right here. It looks like some kind of machine. There's lights here, right there. Separates it from this huge blast, which is the lightning. It thins out. See, thinned right out. And you can see where it hits. It's breaking up. And there's the thing here. Okay. So now, that's where I want to be here. 31. Okay, now I'm going to, okay, so in the 32-second mark here, I've got a circle right here. This is a dot that's there on a, you know, steady, and there's a box here. There's something going on here too, okay? Okay, the box right here. Looks like a bird, eh? Okay, again, the box, and you can see something here, right? I'm going to ask you to, you're going to have to, it's at the, within the 33, okay? 33-second mark. Again, here's your blackness, okay? And then here's the sky, here's your square, and then you've got something right there where it's hitting something, I don't know what it is, you know, and it's not a, it doesn't look like a, one of those rods, you know, the lightning rods that you see on top of the high rises and the businesses. That's not what we're looking at here. If you were to open up on your own, you'll be able to see it a lot better. Mine, it's got too much of a glow. It's, you know, but there's something definitely there. That's at the 33. The 33-second mark is very busy. Like I say, here's the black, here's the sky. I don't know what's going on there, but check this out in that area. Look at this. I mean, this thing's in the way. You know, again, you've got the black here. Something's going on. And this here, this does not look like a lightning rod. I'm going to try to bring that forward. Okay. I don't know what's going on here, but okay. Something is coming off that rod. Goes down. Again, you're in the 33-second mark here. Again, something's going on here. Is it split? Is it like a black, you know, funnel? On both sides. What's going on here? Right? This has changed its looks. It's not the same shape. It's not pointing. It looks like a mic, you know. It's not what was, pointing straight up. It's a different shape. Okay, so now I'm moving into the 36 seconds. And what are we seeing? We're seeing lines in the sky here, right here. Okay, let's go back. See here? Okay, there's more here. Again, there's that. It's right where that light is. Okay, so now it's going really black, okay? I mean, you can only see part of the sky, and then you got something going on here. Like I say, it's a little, this is at the 38 mark, 38 seconds. Okay, it starts closing in on this area here. We've got the box. Still at 38. Okay. So that's about it for that. All right. So right after this, this is what I found.
The sky turns pitch black in Beijing as the CCP starts its biggest annual political conference on Thursday. There were thunderstorms started, and at 3 p.m., people said it looked like 3 a.m. It looked like pitch black nighttime during the middle of the day. Now, this is being seen by many, actually, even on the Chinese internet and even on Twitter. You can see many people talking about it. It's being seen as a bad omen for the Chinese Communist Party. So have a look at some of these videos now. You can see the sky looking like it's nighttime, and people even showing their watches, showing their own accounts, stating it, that this is not in fact nighttime. This is during the day. This is midday around 3 p.m. There was also some videos of the thunderstorms, which appear to be very aggressive. Take it for what you will, of course. Chinese traditional culture, this would be seen as an omen, a bad omen, meaning some big change is going to take place. Not all people believe it. The Chinese Communist Party notably is an atheist regime. They don't believe these types of things. Again, this is the largest annual conference of the Chinese Communist Party. And all the main leaders of the Chinese Communist Party are going to be here. When Xi Jinping first entered, he and the other top leaders with him were not wearing masks, although individuals sitting down in the main amphitheater appeared to be wearing masks. Now, among...
Okay, so here, this is coming to the end of it, and here is the mannerism of dukes. Okay, this is what I believe a duke in a position of authority, of power, not so much authority, but of power. So a duke, I remember reading here, it was about the highest military within the province and commanding the legions, okay? But the governor had to authorize the duke's power, okay? But once authorized, the duke could act independently from the governor. And this is what I'm hearing here. That once the power was handed over, they could act independently without the governor's consent. Okay. Hope I got that right.
Focus a bit. I thought it'd be helpful for everyone to get kind of a viewpoint, a high-level view of what is taking place in different parts of the world right now when it comes to this virus. And so I'm going to go over some of what's happening with the lockdowns specifically in the United States and in other parts of the world. And so first off, there's some contradictory things taking place in the U.S. We'll start off with Ohio. A judge has deemed the state's COVID-19 lockdown, quote, arbitrary, unreasonable, and oppressive, end quote. Ohio's COVID-19 lockdown is illegal, a state judge ruled today, because it exceeds the powers granted by the statute under which it was imposed. And somewhat contradicting that, in Michigan now, the court has ruled that Michigan Governor Whitmer can continue state of emergency without legislative approval. Click on Detroit reported, quote, the Michigan Court of Claims has ruled Governor Gretchen Whitmer has the authority to keep the state under a state of emergency without legislative approval. And it notes that Republican legislators sued Whitmer after she extended the state of emergency and stay-at-home orders without their approval. Now that said, whether other judges in other parts of the U.S. are going to hold that exact same viewpoint, we'll have to see.
Thy shoes shall be iron and brass, and as thy days, so shall thy strength be. There is none like unto the God of Jeshurun, who rideth upon the heaven in the sky, heaven in thy help, and in his excellency on the sky. The eternal God of thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms, and he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Happy art thou, O Israel, who was like unto thee, O people, saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of the excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. Amen. No fear, be love, and give hope. Thank you, Jesus. Stay in his peace.